In this video, I show you a simple approach to painting a female mannequin's eyes, including her eyeliner. Right, so remember those intense eyes that I showed you when I made this wig? Now's my chance to show you how it all comes out. This is just titanium white oil paint with a little bit of alkylid medium mixed into it, just so it dries a little bit quickly, because titanium white is notoriously slow for drying. So I'm just filling this eye in with white paint. And now, I don't know if the camera is showing it, but it's got a little bit of a crackling to it. For some reason, the white undercoat has crackled a little bit. So I'm doing this for two reasons. I'm trying to fill in some of those crackles, and I am about to create a shadow around the edge of these eyelids. So paint the white and then blend the color of the shadow into the white helps. So this is just a 3D printed prototype, and it's got a few lines in it, so it makes it a little bit difficult. I think the camera's probably picking that up. This is charcoal, so it's basically black with a little bit of white mixed in it. I've got a very small dry brush. There's not much paint on it at all, and I am just running a little bit of that around the edge of that white paint that I put on there. I'm sorry about my hand being in the way. It is going to get in the way a little bit during this video, but I think it's savable. You will see what I'm doing. So I've just done that with the charcoal paint around the edge of the eyelid there, and now I've got another brush which has no paint on it, and I'm just blending that through into that white paint. Yeah, I'm sorry about my hand being in the way. You're gonna hate me soon, but when I saw this footage, I was like, oh my god, and then I thought, no, you can actually tell what I'm doing, so just bear with me. This is one of my problems when I'm making these videos, is how I can actually get a good result but also film it. So I'm also going to edit out when I'm painting the right eye, so some magic's going to happen. All of a sudden that right eye, which you can just see, is going to get done, and that's just in the interest of time. Right, so I redid that charcoal paint because it wasn't quite enough, so I did that twice, and that's a lot better, you can see. So now this is the same charcoal paint, and I'm just sort of going around that initial spot. Now you can kind of see by me making that bigger, it doesn't look quite so scary. It's still a little bit intense, and that's because there's white above the dark spot, and that gives you a strange look. Now that's another shade of grey. That grey is half white and half that charcoal that I initially applied. So I've got two shades of grey, and the lighter shade is just put in like a crescent around the edge of that darker grey. So now I have a dry brush with quite long bristles, and I'm just skirting around the white, blending it into the grey. This is what I'm talking about when my hand's in the way. I'm really sorry, but you can see it on this right eye just. So using a circular motion, trying to sort of blend the greys into the whites, and try and be as circular about your strokes as much as possible, back and forth, blending the lighter grey into the white, and a little bit on the darker grey, not too much. I have a video about painting a child's eye, which is pretty similar to this. It goes into the concept of painting iris a little bit more detailed, but the difference here is this is about incorporating eyeliner into the finished look, which is a little bit tricky. So that's looking better. I'm gonna work at trying to sort of blend these colors in. We want light grey to softly fade out into the white, and we want a little bit more definition around the other side. This is a bit of white paint because I'm losing that definition. I just touched that up a little bit there. We want to keep that area that I'm working on now quite white, and I'm blending back the other way into the grey here. So making sure that stays nice and pure just on that apex of the eyeball. This is the darker grey again, which I'm just putting more of it above that that eye white that was visible before, and coming around the other side here. This side should be darker, trying to get a little bit more definition there, and the other side should just sort of fade out into the white a little bit more. This is the lighter grey, which I'm just applying on top there, just to sort of intensify that lighter grey. More smoothing through. Sorry about my big ugly hand. And that's looking quite nice and smooth. There's a nice sort of gradient to the colour. We've got one light grey side, one dark grey side, more definition on the dark grey side, more of a smoky effect on the light grey side. And I'm just trying to perfect it here. Back and forth, round movements, circular. So the trick is to not get paint all over the eyelids, obviously, but because she hasn't been painted yet, as far as her makeup goes, I know I'm going to be able to paint over all of that later on, but it's a trick, isn't it? It's like, do I paint the irises first, or do I paint her makeup first? And sometimes, depending on what I'm doing, I change my mind. But here, I'm just reinforcing the depth around that dark side of the iris again, because I smudged it out a little bit too much before. Yeah, so these lines that you can just see in the gloss of her finish don't make this easy. The smoother the base that you're painting on is, the easier it will be to do all this. But so she's just a prototype for me to try and gauge whether or not I need to adjust the sculpt anymore. This is some white. I'm just circulating. What am I doing? I'm circulating around the grey colours with some more white. Now this is just a lighter grey still, which you can't see because my hand's in the way. But I kicked myself when I realized that I've covered this up. But you can see it when I do it on the other eye, and you can see it again in a minute when I do it again. So don't worry too much. So this is a lighter grey, and can you see that I put the color on quite deliberately initially, and then I just sweep around and try to do it in a nice smooth arc. That's the key. Then I go over the area where there's more paint and just smooth it out. And I think I usually find I get about 2 attempts to do that, and if I try and do it more than that, I just lose the definition. So you want this to look free and artistic. Don't be too concerned, as long as it's symmetrical and attractive. Right, now this is black, and I'm doing a black spot inside that. The black and the white both dry quite slowly, unfortunately, and that can hold everything up, because sometimes you're just waiting for these irises to dry before you can move on, and there is an answer to that. And basically, if you can add some liquid, alkylid medium, doesn't have to be liquid, but some alkylid medium, that'll just speed up the black and white drying times of the paint. This is just white with alkylid medium on the end of a paintbrush, and if you just go pop, pop there, look at the difference that makes. So it's time to let this dry before I do her makeup, and in particular her eyeliner. So I'm going to go ahead, let these dry, do her facial makeup, and then show you how I do her eyeliner. I have this varnish, which is specially designed to go on top of artist oils, and I am just varnishing the whites of her eyes and her irises. And what this does is it will mean that if I get any oil paint on top of this varnish, I can remove it without smudging or staining the work that I have done to her eyeball. Iris, eyeball, that sounds terrible, doesn't it? Incidentally, isn't it quite interesting how these eyes look kind of bluish when they're actually just grey? They're lamp black and white. Once you surround it by some more orangey kind of tone colors, they actually look quite blue. And that is a really interesting thing about the Zorn palette. I would look that up if I was you. Zorn, which is a limited palette that artists use, and it actually doesn't have any blue in it. They substitute blue for black, and it's quite incredible how you can get the effect of blue without actually using it. So I've mixed up 2 grays, so it's lamp black with a bit of white, and then I just put more white in that same color. And I have some liquid, some alkali medium mixed into this just so it dries nice and quickly. And I am just carefully applying it to her inner eyelid there. The great thing about painting the eyeliner last is that it bridges the gap, obviously, between the detail of the eye and then the makeup. The problem is that you do have the choice about which you do first, and one will always compromise the other slightly, in my opinion. So that is why it's a great way to mitigate that by glazing the iris first, the eyeball and the iris first. And yeah, you can just, if you make any mistakes, they're not quite so life-changing. Because if this iris and eyeball wasn't sealed, it would be very difficult for me to get this oil paint off, because it's white, isn't it? Like imagine trying to get this charcoal paint off this white if you accidentally stabbed it or brushed a little bit on while you were smoothing the paint through. So this is quite a good little technique to just help you breathe a little bit easier, I find. It helps me a lot. So this is kind of tricky. I'm not going to go on about how difficult my life is again, but I'm trying to do this standing on a strange angle because of the camera, and I've learnt my lesson about, well, I've almost learnt my lesson about not blocking the camera. That inner left corner is quite difficult for me to get to on this angle, so I'm just going to leave that for now, figure out what I'm going to do with that later on. So this is still that dark grey. Applying quite liberally, I guess. I haven't learnt my lesson 100%. I'm still blocking the view a little bit, but I'm working from the inner corner out towards the center of the eye. You want to try and keep, obviously it's tighter and smaller in the corner of the eye, so you don't want all your paint to end up there, so it's best to work away from that really, rather than pushing too much paint into the corner of the eye. And now I have that lighter grey, which I am painting here in the middle of the eyelid. I maybe was a bit overzealous there with my editing, and I edited out the paint change, but I actually changed the color of the paint here. This is the lighter grey, which I am just painting in the center of the lower eyelid there. And of course I'm doing the other side as well. So I'm just going to try and perfect the outer corner of the eyelid here. It's a little bit tricky for me to get to, but I need to get right in there. So I have a companion video to this, which is where I paint a complete face using a minimal color palette, and this is another step that you could use if you wanted to have eyeliner with that look. So check that video out as well. It's about painting a complete face with only using 4 colors, which is quite interesting, if you ask me. That's a good approach to just show you a really nice, methodical, simple way of getting an acceptable face. If you're a little bit worried about launching into painting a mannequin, do that first and then build your skills up from that point. It's great. Right, so now I have my angled shader and I am just running along that crevice where the eyeball meets the eyelid, just to smudge it through a tiny little bit. If you can soften any hard lines while you're painting a mannequin, it's always a good idea. And so that's why I'm free to do this now, because I have those eyeballs varnished. I wouldn't be able to do this if I hadn't have done that step. So that is what is so good about varnishing the eyeball before you do any eyeliner. The only thing is you've got to be very accurate about where you place that varnish. You do not want to get the varnish on the inner eyelid at all, obviously, because the oil paint will have trouble sticking to it. So now I'm using that same brush to just blend out that eyeliner onto the previously done eye makeup. And see, while I'm doing this, I actually get a little bit of this color on that eye white, and that's why I was free to feel like I could do it, because I would be very I'd have my heart in my mouth doing this if I hadn't varnished the eyeball before I did this. And you can just use a Q-tip or a cotton bud, whatever you call it, and you can put a little bit of linseed oil on it, and you can just easily wipe off any dark color that you might have gotten on that light paint. I need to let this dry, and then once it's dry, I'm going to seal her face matte. I'm going to put a little bit of metallic powder on her here and there, and I'm going to put some eyelashes on her. I go through all that in my finishing touches on my little girl mannequin. You might want to watch that. Come and see me on Facebook if you want to see the pictures of this finished mannequin, and I look forward to being in contact with you there. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching.